Range script loaded, you can now press escape, select choose slot, and pick your aircraft. You have chosen to start the mission in the air. Please increase the throttle lever to maintain a 200 knot speed. Use trim to level the aircraft and navigate towards waypoint 2. Maintain 200 knots and climb to arrive at the next waypoint at 5,000 feet altitude. Press spacebar once you have trimmed the aircraft. The A-29 Bravo has 5 weapon stations, 1 on the fuselage centerline and 4 underwing, but rockets can be mounted only on the wing pylons. On its current development phase, the DCS A-29 can load the following types of rockets. Mk151HE, it's a 2.75 inches rocket mounted on 19 round pods, for anti-personnel use, with a high explosive fragmentation warhead. Mk156WP, same as the 151, but for producing smoke, with a white phosphorus warhead. On the A-29 Bravo they are mounted on 7 round pods. On this training mission, we will use the high explosive variant, mounted on pods of 19 rockets each, for a total of 76 rounds. On this mission, you will launch the rockets firing short salvos for higher precision, during several passes over the range target, in order to better practice the delivery profile. Perform the passes on a west to east general direction, so that the mission logic can keep track of them. You can make as many passes as you want, while you still have any rockets left. You can access the attack statistics calling up the F10 option of the communications menu. The procedure for launching rockets is the same as for the bombs. Master arm safety switch knob, set to live. Late arm switch, lift its cover with a right click, and set to on, with a second right click. This enables all the armament launch circuits. On the UFCP, press the AG quick button to activate the air to ground mode. Next, press the Baro radar alt quick button, to enable the use of the radar altimeter on the targeting computations, to improve accuracy. You can tell it is enabled, because the HUD will show CCIP, R and the rocket targeting circle will appear. The circle denotes the spread area of the rockets, an X over this circle means that you are not on a dive yet. You will have to place the aircraft on a dive of at least 15 degrees, then the X will disappear. When the reticle circle completely envelopes the target you will be able to fire, by pressing the weapon release button on the stick. We will use the store's management system page on the left MFD, to configure our weapons. Click on the highlighted SMS button. As we had previously selected air to ground mode on the UFCP, the SMS automatically shows the AG page. The highlighted button allows you to toggle amongst the various weapons carried, but on this mission you only carry a single type of weapon. The rockets are designated not with their rocket code, but with their pod code, LAU-61 on this case. The number prefix indicates the number of rounds remaining on the pod. This is the release mode. It can be set to single, pairs, or salvo. Set it to salvo. This will fire rockets from every pod simultaneously. This is the ripple quantity. It is used to launch several rockets in sequence. Click on the highlighted button to set a ripple value. Ripple is quantified in pulses. One rocket from each selected station will launch for each pulse. Set a value of 2, so that click ENT to enter the selected value and return to the main SMS page. If you entered a wrong value, press CLR to correct it. This is the ripple interval, expressed in milliseconds between each rocket launch. On this mission we desire minimum dispersion, so leave it at 0. Finally, Here you set the delivery mode to be used for firing rockets. Click on the button to see the available modes. CCIP, Constantly Computed Impact Point, requires a dive delivery and enabling the radar altimeter, for proper accuracy. Manual mode, using a predefined sight depression value, which depends on the dive angle, speed and release altitude. During this training mission, we will use CCIP, so be sure to have that selected and then click on AG to return to the main SMS page. Good, the rockets are now ready to use. Launch them by pressing the stick's weapon release button. Do not use the stick's trigger as it is meant for guns only. We have reached waypoint 2. Turn right to enter the weapon's range on an easterly heading. Unlike bombs, you can dive directly onto the rocket target, as the nose of your aircraft will not hide it. This target is at the north of the range, enclosed by a square border. Don't confuse it with the bombing target. Begin the dive, keeping the targeting reticle centered over the rocket target. Reduce throttle and extend the air brake to avoid overspeeding during the dive. Wait until the HUD sight circle encloses only the desired target, then press the weapon release button. Pull back on the stick to exit the dive and climb back up. Retract the air brake and increase throttle. Good pass. Turn back 180 degrees towards a westerly heading, and perform another pass. Start climbing back to at least 5,000 feet. Check the SMS to confirm that there are rockets selected for the next pass. Good pass. Turn back 180 degrees towards a westerly heading, and perform another pass. Start climbing back to at least 5,000 feet. Check the SMS to confirm that there are rockets selected for the next pass. You have no more rockets left. You should now navigate towards waypoint 4 to return to Anapa Air Base. Fly at a speed of 200 knots, to have time to explain some more things. Before deactivating the armament, we will take this opportunity to learn how you can jettison stores in case of an emergency, like engine loss of power for example. I have paused the mission in order to have enough time to explain. Emergency jettison. If the situation requires quick action, you can jettison all weapons by simply press and hold the highlighted button. It will first change the left MFD to the SMS page, and there you will see that within a couple of seconds, all pylon loads will be jettisoned. This emergency button works irrespective of the setting of the MASS or late arm switches. Apart from the emergency jettison, you can also jettison stores in a more selective way. Using the SMS page, the procedure is as follows. Set master arm safety switch to live, and late arm to on. As we have just fired the rockets, these switches are already on the correct position for doing a jettison. Call up the SMS page on any MFD. Currently, you have the SMS already displayed on the left MFD, so we will use that. Press the button next to Selective Jettison, SJ, the jet page will show up. Use the buttons next to ST1 through ST5, to select which stations we want to jettison. By default, all stations are selected, indicated by a box on each, so actually you have to unselect those stations that you don't want to jettison. As a practical exercise, we will now jettison the outboard LAU-61 rocket launchers, which are empty, so employ the ST buttons to have only ST1 and ST5 selected, boxed. Press spacebar to continue once you have selected ST1 and ST5. Once all the stations you want to jettison are selected, press the weapon release button on the flight stick and they will be jettisoned. The SMS page will update instantly, so you will know the pods were jettisoned even without looking at them. Good, the selected rocket pods were jettisoned. Finally, press the button next to SJ, to return to the SMS page. Deactivate the armament. With this procedure, master arm safety switch knob, set to safe. Late arm switch, set to off and close its cover. On the UFCP, press the nav quick button, to change mode back to navigation. You can check your range results by calling up the communications menu, select F10, Other, then select F1, range, finally click F3, my bombing results. Please, press spacebar once you have reviewed your results. You have completed the main subject of this training mission. Select an option. Press backspace if you want to fly back and land at Anapa, or press spacebar to end the training now. You have selected to end the mission now.